Now we will see the calculation of mass of air injected into the combustion chamber. So we know the general formula, that is PV is equal to MRT. Okay, so we will start with that formula. That is PV is equal to MRT. Here P is nothing but the manifold absolute pressure, MAP. Okay, V stand for the swept volume. Okay, after M stand for the mass of air inducted. More precisely, we can say it's a M theoretical. Means it is a theoretical mass inducted into the system. Okay, R is nothing but the universal gas constant, and T is nothing but the MAT, that is temperature, that is inlet air temperature. Now we will have to calculate first of all theoretical mass, because without calculating theoretical mass we can't judge the exactly mass of quantity, or what is the actual mass of quantity injected at that particular rpm, and this is respect with the engine speed. Okay, so we also have to take us engine speed also, effect also. Okay, so first of all we will calculate a mass of air, that is theoretical mass of air inducted into the system per power cycle. Okay, so m theoretical here is equal to PV divided by RT. Okay, so this is the theoretical mass per power cycle. Now if you want to calculate a theoretical mass per seconds, okay, so we should have to take effect of revolution per second, or we should have a input of engine rpm. So we should multiply the thing which is coming here, that is m dot th, that is mass of theoretical mass, with speed. Okay, that is we supposed to multiply at both side, and or we should multiply it PV divided by RT multiply by n. Now if you have a 4-stroke engine, then it should be n by 2 or only n. Okay, so this is a theoretic, this will be a theoretical mass per cycle. This is a per cycle data. Okay, this is the theoretical mass per seconds. Okay, n by 2, or if it is a revolution per minute, then it is per minute, you can say. Okay, so it is a theoretical mass need to be inducted by engine per minute. Okay, at the when the revolution, that n amount of revolution is take place. So this is the thing we have calculated that theoretically. Okay, so here you are at this section of calculation, you are getting the theoretical mass per minute. Now we should have other calculation, but in case of the in case to judge the how much amount of, how much mass of fuel need to be inducted inside the system, you should know the actual mass of air, and here we have calculated, or here we only done with the theoretical mass. So in order to have actual mass, we should take effect of other phenomena like volumetric efficiency. So here volumetric efficiency is also there. This volumetric efficiency is calculated on the basis of the your lookup table, or on the basis of your engine map. So those engine map are fed into the, or feed it into the permanent memory of your ECU. Okay, So this is your static data which is already fit. It is not non-erasable memory of your ECU. And here the data like speed, data like manifold absolute pressure, the data like manifold gas temperature, those data are dynamic, which are continuously changing with respect to the operating position of your vehicle, and get it conveyed to your ECU in order to those processing. Okay, so this is the dynamic data, and this is a static data which is fed into the computer of or memory of your ECU, which we'll see how exactly it look like in next slide. But here just remember, this is your static data. Okay, so on the basis of this thing, this to decide what exactly mass of what exactly volumetric efficiencies right now or currently the engine have, we should have an input like speed, and we should have an input like a manifold absolute pressure. So with respect to this those two input, we are calculating the volumetric efficiency. Now volumetric efficiency having two terms. Okay, volumetric having efficiency having formula like, suppose volumetric, space is there, erase it first, we'll erase it, now have a space. Volumetric efficiency is equal to actual volume divided by theoretical volume is equal to actual mass divided by m theoretical, that is theoretical mass. So here we have already done with the theoretical mass, or we have to calculate the that actual mass. So in that relation, or with respect to those relation, we can calculate that m dot a, that is actual mass, is equal to volumetric efficiency multiplied by our m theoretical. So to have this actual mass, we should have volumetric efficiency. We have done with this thing. Okay, now we have to calculate this one. Okay, so to calculate this thing, we are feeding a input like speed, and we are feeding a input like manifold absolute pressure into this sub processing unit. Okay, or we can say in sub calculation of this entire processes. Okay, so now we'll see how this thing is done. Just remember this thing, we have to calculate this theoretical mass with the volumetric efficiency coming from these processes, and after we are getting the actual mass. Okay, so we will go for the next slide here. Okay, so this is how exactly your engine map look like. Okay, so this is your engine map through which we come to know what is your volumetric efficiency. So here V stand for the volumetric efficiency, this is N is nothing but the speed, and this is the map, or you can say manifold absolute pressure. So as I told you, to have a volumetric efficiency, you should know what is the exact speed of engine right now, what is the actual manifold absolute pressure, or you can say what exactly depression field inside the manifold. So this is your three-dimensional map, engine map, which is already fixed into the your engine memory. Okay, so this is through this only we supposed to come to know what exactly volumetric efficiency engine right now have. Okay, so how to calculate? Suppose right now your engine are running at the RPM of 2000. So we supposed to go through this way. Okay, so this is your 2000 RPM. Okay, so this is your 2000 RPM line, so we should travel through this way. Okay. So we should look for this line 2000 rpm. Okay, now if you have a manifold absolute pressure like 100, okay, so this is your manifold absolute pressure. So you have a two, you got the two coordinate, this 2000 rpm and 100, you can say pound per square inch. Okay, 100 psi. It's too much, 100 psi. Right now the unit is unknown here, so just consider this 100 unit right now for the sake of time. Just consider 100 unit. So 2000 rpm and 100 MAP, manifold absolute pressure. Okay, so what will be the volumetric efficiency? It is done by this surface response method. Okay, okay, so this is a surface. So through this intersection of 2000 and 100, we supposed to draw one vertical line which is intersecting somewhere on this surface. So where it intersecting, through this point we can have a horizontal line on this axis, z axis, and whatever the magnitude it indicating here, that is zero point 0.9, will be your volumetric efficiency. Okay, should we have we should repeat it. Okay, because there is a many technical issue we have faced right now. So just take another example. If we have a volumetric if we have a engine speed 6000 right now, then we should go through this line. Just we are ending here only, or we can draw till this plane also, but it is under this thing, these surfaces, so we are just moving to this point only. And suppose you have a manifold absolute pressure 100 again, okay, or say 150 right now. So this is your intersection point over here, and from this intersection point we are supposed to draw vertical line. Okay, at this point it's supposed to intersecting at this surface. Now we must know at this intersection point what will be the z coordinate, or the what will be your that volumetric efficiency coordinate. So to this point we come to know this is a 0.8. So this will be your volumetric efficiency. So in that fashion, the engine just looking into the engine map. Okay, this is entirely the surface, this drawn surface is completely static data. It is generated by number of iteration done in done by R&D department, and this surface is get generated. This is a response surface methodology. Through that method only this surface get developed over here. Okay, and through this surface only we supposed to come or come to know what exactly volumetric efficiency is gone through our engine. Okay, or what exactly volumetric efficiency purchased by our engine. So for through this thing we supposed to calculate the volumetric efficiency, and that volumetric efficiency value we are supposed to feed into this, we are feeding into our this calculation. Okay, so this is your volumetric efficiency coming from this point. Okay, and after that this thing, this entire thing excluding volumetric efficiency is coming from your second phase of that first phase of calculation, that is PV is equal to MRT formula. Whenever these two get multiplied, you supposed to get a mass of air actually drawn by your engine. So whenever you are getting the actual mass of air, you're supposed to determine of what quantity of fuel need to be injected. For example, right now you come to know you have that 15 kg per second mass of fuel inducted into the system. This is the actual quantity you come to know. Okay, this is m dot a equal to, you come across that is 15 kg per second of mass is inducted into the system right now. So and by throttle position and by revolution per minute, you come to know right now we are facing a problem. We are under the condition of cruising. Okay, so during the cruising we know the lean supply is required. Okay, so on that basis we calculate how much mass of or how much degree of leanness we supposed to induct it. So similarly for a given mass, similarly for a given degree of leanness or for given degree of richness, the same surface or same engine map is fed into the your ECU, and on those engine map the x coordinate may refer your mass of air. Okay, the coordinate is refer your throttle position, and the z coordinate refer your mass of fuel. Similarly for 15 kg per second mass of on x coordinate, how much throttle position is there, through that point we supposed to have this intersection point, and from that vertical projection and projecting on the vertical z-axis, okay, you're supposed to come across the mass of fuel. Okay, so this thing get correlated one by one, means one set of calculation is over, those set the answer from that set of calculation is referred for the further calculation, and we come across the how much exactly mass of fuel need to be injected. So for sake of time, just consider if you have you come to know that leanness or we should have to supply 16 kg per second of fuel, or we should maintain a air fuel ratio. Okay, we should maintain air fuel ratio is equal to 16 to 1. Okay, in that sense if you have actual mass of air equal to 15, okay, so how much quantity of fuel should be inducted. Okay, so that can be calculated with the help of this degree of leanness which we have derived from the engine map. Okay, so if you have mass of air 15 and you have to send a fuel having air fuel ratio 16 to 1, so mass of fuel need to be injected, it calculated by, we have the formula air fuel ratio is equal to mass of actual inducted air divided by mass of fuel. Okay, so from this you have mass of, you need to calculate mass of fuel equal to this air fuel ratio multiply air fuel ratio okay, okay, the mass of air divided by air fuel ratio. So if you have 16 to 1 amount, you need to supply a 16 to 1 uh, degree of leanness charge, then and you have the 15 kg per second of your air supply, then in order to maintain this degree of leanness you should have to supply mass of fuel is equal to that 15 divided by your 16. So in that sense you're supposed to get a mass of fuel, or mass of fuel need to be injected is 0.9375 kg per second. So all those calculation get done into your ECU or processed by your ECU. So this is the relation how calculation get done. We should repeat it. Okay. So initially we should have the mass of theoretical air in order to calculate, or in order to come or in order to finalize the actual mass of air. So first of all, we have calculated the theoretical mass of air. This is calculated by PV is equal to MRT, that formula. After calculating the theoretical mass of air injected into the system, we should come calculate the mass of actual air. So mass of actual air, calculate mass of actual, we should multiply the theoretical mass of air with the volumetric efficiency. So to calculate volumetric efficiency, okay, we should know, we should go through our engine map. Okay, we should go through our engine map. Just a minute. We should go through our engine map. So this is your engine map. Through this engine map, to get volumetric efficiency, we know the data like engine speed and the map value. Through this thing, we come across this volumetric efficiency. Okay, through this volumetric efficiency and through this volumetric efficiency and theoretical mass of air, we are getting the actual mass of air. Okay, whenever actual mass of air we are calculated, that time we should refer one more engine map, in which on the x-axis your mass of air is there, on y-axis your throttle position is there, and on z-axis your degree of leanness or degree of richness is there. Okay, so on that basis, whenever we are degree of richness or degree of leanness, we finalize, that is, as I done the calculation over here, there was 16 to 1 air fuel ratio need to be supplied. So once we got the air fuel ratio, okay, on that basis we can calculate the mass of fuel. So this is the thing is done inside your ECU, and once this ECU finalizing, the mass of fuel need to be injected inside the system. It come across the what time your injector supposed to be have a positive pulse in order to active their injection. And it simple word we can say, it decide the width of the pulse. Once the pulse width is decided, your injector get pulses or supply from the battery for that much time only, or equal to the pulse width time. Okay, so in that sense, your fuel calculated fuel is injected inside the port area, and that respect your fuel continuously regulated on the basis of those monitoring and the calculation. Till here we have completed the calculation part, component part of our DMPFI system. Thank you.